in the AI governance guidelines that was released last month, we have taken a slightly different approach than just talking about the harms and risks of AI. Right? So, half of the regulation, half of the guidelines actually are about enabling AI adoption, right? And the other half is about risk mitigation. So, in the enabling AI adoption, we have talked about what needs to be done in terms of providing more resources for AI developers and AI research, and also capacity building and skill development for AI solutions and things like that. So, that is one part of it. And then we also talk a lot about AI awareness, how not just AI developers should be there and AI scientists should be there, but almost everybody who can potentially use AI, right, including government servants, IAS officers and so on and so forth, and also people in the legal professions, lawyers and judges, and everybody should understand the impact of AI in their domain and their discipline, and they should also go to the general public at large, because they are obviously exposed to a lot of AI and AI decisions, right. So, this kind of AI awareness building also is something that we have recommended should happen. Right. And in the second set of guidelines, which is about AI risk mitigation. So, the first main recommendation we have made is that depending on which sector AI is being used in, right, the existing regulatory framework can cover a lot of harms that can be caused by AI. Right. For example, people talk about bias as one possible thing that comes out from AI, but many disciplines where bias is a potential risk, right. There is existing regulations that say that even human beings' decisions should not be biased. You should not use gender for making a loan decision or something like that. Right? So, we already have these kinds of regulations, and obviously any system that uses AI has to satisfy those regulations as well. Right? So, the first thing that we need to do is look at the existing regulatory landscape, right, in India, and figure out where can AI harms be controlled by these regulations, and where they will be challenged by AI regulations, and if there are any modifications are needed for the existing regulations, so that they can take into account the impact of AI. Right. After we have done this, and if we still feel that there are harms of AI that would need new regulations, then the government should go ahead and work on these and these new AI regulations that has to be passed separately. So, this is one major recommendation that we have made, and in order to make sure that this kind of broad coordination happens, we also recommended setting up a AI governance group, which will consist of representations from multiple ministries and both the central government and the state government, and also some external experts who can take a look at the continually be monitoring the development of AI and deployment of AI systems, and they will be advised by again multiple groups. There will be a technology advisory group, and there will also be a AI Safety Institute, which will be providing both technical and also application input to the governance group, which will then guide the both the AI regulation and as well as any other investments that the government has to make in the larger AI space. Okay, these are the main recommendations that we have made in the guidelines, right. And like I said, these are guidelines, right. So, the government still has to accept these and then decide to operationalize different parts of the recommendations. Already some of the things in the capacity building and also providing for more AI resources and so on and so forth, that has already been put into operation by the central government and some of the state governments. So, that is because of the necessity of the times, right, that they have already been adopted. We didn't have to wait for these guidelines to come, and the guidelines are essentially saying that more investment should happen. For example, we should provide more compute resources and more free access to data for Indian developers, right, not necessarily let the data go out globally. So, all of these things have to happen. And in the other side, we are actually recommending that the governance group should be set up first, and hopefully it will happen shortly, and after that they will kind of guide the adoption of the other parts of the ecosystem. From the viewpoint of what we are expecting from the industry, the developers and so on and so forth. So, first thing is to come up with some kind of voluntary commitments that will help safer development and deployment of AI systems. So, for example, many of the AI companies have already agreed to label the AI generated content explicitly as AI generated. If you go to Google and you have some search, you can find that it will be very clearly labeled that it is AI generated. And likewise, in many of the image generation things, you have a thing at the side that tells you very clearly that it is an AI generated image and so on and so forth. And the challenge is, technology is not at a point where I can authoritatively say if a piece of content is genuine or generated by AI without some support from the software or the companies, basically in this case, right, that are generating those AI systems. So we have to be more careful about saying that it will be automatically verified, or a third party should automatically verify whether the content is genuine or not. So these things we cannot build a foolproof mechanism yet. So we are also encouraging the development of this technology that allow us to do this in a more technology driven manner. But to begin with, we are saying that the company should agree for this voluntary commitments. And the second thing we are also asking for is a more extensive AI reporting mechanism, AI incident reporting mechanism, so that whenever a developer or a user of these AI system becomes aware of some new AI risk that was not discovered earlier, and that they report it to a central repository, so that this can be made aware to the community at large, and also perhaps participate in international reporting, so that these incidents also get reported globally. So we are also requesting that or recommending that such a reporting ecosystem should be set up very quickly, and that the company should participate in that. Okay. So one of the things, right, so we are really concerned about is the rapid access that has been enabled, right, the rapid enablement of access to AI systems to the general public, right. Even if you go to a village, right, as long as you have a geo connection or an Airtel connection, you have access to some of the quote unquote cutting edge AI systems, right. But the problem is, these AI systems are essentially reading things from the internet, right. They are basically been trained on text from the internet, the general purpose AI system, right, and they are answering questions based on what is there out in the internet. So you should kind of attach the same level of reliability that you would attach to a Google search query to the output coming from these AI models, right. You are not going to start a new course of treatment just because you found a page by searching on Google that tells you this. So likewise, you should not take decisions that can affect your health or your life, based on the recommendations that are coming out from these AI models. You should always get it verified from a domain expert. So if the AI tells you that you have to take a certain medicine for your current health condition, go talk to a doctor about it. Saying that, hey, look, my AI said this, you think I should take it seriously or not, right? It actually has happened that sometimes the doctor hasn't thought in that direction. The AI actually helps them come to a better decision. But you are not a judge of whether that decision is better or not. The doctor has to judge that. So please do not rely on only rely on the AI decisions for these kinds of life and death questions. Always go to a professional who can give you a much more informed opinion on these things.